So in total, holding the exterior of the door is 2 large screws, 2 small screws, and the 1 screw that's holding on the door handle itself. And once you take those out, you'll be able to get the door free and it pops up. Take a look in there. It's just kind of hanging right now by the electricals. But it has these pins right here that go down into slots, and it comes right up and out. And as soon as you get that done, you're going to have to take off this electrical panel for the windows. And then after I do that, we'll go from there. Okay, now that we got the panel off, you can see that they tried to stop some resident sound from the speakers and make it into its own subwoofer box, kind of like we do. The only thing that they failed at, though, was this. You know, I mean, it's flimsy. It's not. This isn't really made to stop sound or hold sound. It's not real thick. And so yeah, that'll be fun. And then over here on the door itself, as you can see, there's a little bit of dampener at the bottom, that carpet right there. And I mean, that's going to stop a little bit of noise, but not much. So we're actually going to replace that with FatMat, and then probably put that carpet right back in its normal place. And then we're going to replace all this white shit with FatMat. But first I'm going to have to take out these bolts. This is the old door handle right here. Alright, we'll see what's next. Okay, so today's project is to put sound dampening material on the doors themselves. The reason we're going to do this is that because the doors are made of plastic, and they're thin plastic, so they have a much easier ability to vibrate and create other sounds than what your speakers would. So road noise comes through the doors, vibrating sounds from metal and the plastic comes to the door, and it's not the greatest. So to make this truck more like the Laramie edition, or more like Cadillacs or Lexuses or whatever on the inside, what we're going to do is we're going to stick all the FatMat on the door that I bought. And once again, FatMat is like Dynomat, is just different name brand. So once we stick FatMat all over the inside of the door, it'll stop the resident vibrations on the plastic itself, and help keep better sound quality inside our vehicle. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take off this carpet right here. And as soon as we get off that carpet, we'll go to the next step. So now that we have the carpet off of the door, what we did, by the way, was we just took a knife and we would peel the carpet up a little bit at a time. We would peel it up and then cut off a little bit, peel up, cut off a little bit. Okay, so what we want to do now, that we have the carpet off, try and get as much of this fuzzy shit off as we can and get rid of it. And the best way to do that is actually to take a lighter and burn it off. The reason I like to do this is because it's held on with a glue, and when you light it up like that, you're actually heating the glue up. Now you gotta remember, this glue wasn't ever meant to come off, and I'm not trying to burn through the door because, well, that would suck. So you want to get off as much as you can without actually burning through the plastic itself. That's actually all of it right there. That's where they got it into the plastic. So you want to do that to all of the carpet spots that you can. There's a couple all over the door, you know, where the carpet was, you cut it off. And once you get all of these off, you can go to the next step. Okay, as soon as you got as much carpet material off as you can, what you want to do is go get a rag or a towel or something, get it wet, and get all the dust out of the door. The door has been wiped down with a wet towel of some sort. Let it dry for a few minutes, make sure that it is dry, and then you can start to cut out your pieces of FatMat and lay them in place all over the door, pushing them down, getting all the creases and whatnot. And yeah, we'll go from there. Once you're done laying in all the pieces of sound dampener and getting in all the creases and whatnot, you will have a door that looks a lot like this. Okay, for demonstrations, here's the other door with no matting on the back. As you can see, there's no matting. This is the door with the matting on the back. See how it's a little bit more solid there? That's because you don't have any vibrating pieces. So now that we got one door done, we're going to go ahead and put it on our door. And to do that, we got to prep the metal part of the door. Okay, now that we're back to the interior part of the door, the metal side, what we need to do is take off all of that white shit. Okay, now to get the white shit off the door, you actually have to take out the speaker itself. And there's the speaker. It's nothing upgraded, it's nothing important really, it's just a Mexican piece of shit. And I'm not kidding, it really is made in Mexico. See that? Shitty. So now that we got the speaker out, and it was 4 screws, we're going to try and cut around the rest of the items that we can with a knife and get this off the door. Okay, now that all the white stuff's off the door, you want to go ahead and get your rag again, whiten it down, and you want to clean all of the interior of the door. Okay, the door has been wiped down and is clean. It's been sitting out for about 10 minutes to air dry. This next part is really for people that are pretty serious about keeping the road noise out. This really gets in depth here. So if you're not going overboard to keep the sound out, you can go ahead and skip this part. But for everyone else, I use Flex Seal. And what I do is I spray the interior of the doors. Them holes that you see, we'll be spraying all in here and all up in here and whatnot. And these are for the people, like I said, that really, really want to keep out as much road noise as possible. And well, the reason I'm using Flex Seal is because it is a liquid rubber sealing coating. And the key word we're looking for there is rubber. It'll help stop the door from flexing a little bit. So you can use Duplicolor. That's how I originally seen this done, was with Duplicolor's rubber spray. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and we'll do what's next. Okay, so the Flex Seal has been sprayed, a pretty thin coat. You can do thousands of coats if you want. It really doesn't matter. I'm only going to do 2, but I'm going to let this first coat sit for a couple minutes, and then I'm going to do another one here real quick. Okay, so now it's been drying here for a little bit. We're going to apply our second coat. I just want to make a quick warning to those who are going to do this. Pay attention. Keep your windows up. Don't have them rolled down. If you have your window rolled down when you're doing this project, you're going to spray your window. No, I didn't do that. See, my window's just fine. But I just wanted to make sure that, no one else was doing this and forgot to put up their window and completely sprayed it. Now I can't see out of it and have to replace it. So I'm going to go ahead and apply the second coat. Okay, both of the doors are done, and we're going to get in here and kind of take a look. See how it's nice and dark in there? There it is. Rubberized door. Of course, there's still a bit of echo, but we're going to be canceling that out with the FatMat. It's just that much more protection. That door has gotten about two and a half-ish kind of coats, and I say half because I didn't completely do everything. I just kind of quickly sprayed. Okay, there's that door. And what I'm going to actually do here, this wasn't part of the original plan, but I'm going to let these doors air out for probably a half hour, and then I'm going to shut the doors up and let them cure overnight. Reason being is because it is kind of cold out, and this stuff usually cures better the warmer it is. So with the doors shut, it'll be pretty hot in the cab and it'll cure up. Precaution for anyone else that wants to do this, I know it's going to stink up the truck, but that's okay. I have a lot of those tree air fresheners. I'm going to put one in there and it should be fine. And yeah, I'm just going to let it cure overnight, and then tomorrow we will be cutting the FatMat and putting it in place, put the speakers back in, and hopefully put the doors on. Okay, so it's been 24 hours. The doors have cured. The rubber material that I sprayed on yesterday is rock solid. And now it's time to dynamite the doors. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a bunch of that electrical wiring off. It just pulls out. It's little plugs that, pushed in holes. And I'm going to put the dynomat over it, and then we're going to have to cut out a bunch of little holes. The reason we're going to have to cut out a bunch of little holes is because those brackets that the door came off of go into here, 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 here. There's one here. There's one down here. There's one over here. There's one up here. There's one up here. And not to mention, all this, wire is held on by little brackets. So, it's best to pick with one side and just kind of start. So what we're going to do is we're going to start on the left side, and we're going to unbolt the handle, and because the handle has to go on top of everything. And yeah, we'll do that. We'll start on it, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so as of right now, the door on the driver's side is done. The metal has been fat matted. The door has been fat matted. All the little holes have been cut out for the door to go back in place. As you can see here, the door will slide down into these holes, and I have already cut out and put back all the wiring. It's all back in place. The handle is back in place. The speaker's back in place. Everything's ready to go. So all you gotta do now is put the door back on and see how she works. I haven't done the passenger side yet, but I'll probably do that off camera. So go ahead and put the door back in, screw everything down. Remember, there's a total of 5 bolts or screws, whatever you want to say. 2 at the bottom, 1 on the very top, 1 in the handle, 1 behind the handle. So door's back in, everything looks good except for one thing. Up here on the panel, the plastic piece has separated from the controls, and there's really nothing I can do about it because it was just a plastic piece molded together. So I need to run out and get some super glue to fix that. But other than that, everything's back into place. Handle's back on. Go ahead and try the door. Everything works. So that is how you dynamite a door. I'm sorry. Well, dynamite, yeah, but it's really FatMat. So that's how you do it. Don't a whole lot to it. It just, it's tedious. It takes time to do it. And when you are doing this, don't get in a hurry. Take your time. It'll be worth it. Just do quality work, and you'll be happy with the end product. So far, 1 door down, 3 more to go.